fuck. You know what? Yo.
It's not good. We good?
No, we good. Just saw a message that I was just like, mm. Oh man, some dude pod. Think this 177. Make sure you rate, like, subscribe, download wherever you get your favorite podcast. Make sure you go ahead and get that merch. Also, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Threads, anything. Some dude pod. Um, Also, join us on Thursday, September was the 8th, I think it is. Trying to get my
You talking
dates
about the
right.
joint on Thursday?
Yeah, Thursday is the 8th, right?
Thursday is
No,
wait.
it's the
Today's
7th.
Tuesday, the 7th.
It's the 7th. It's a lot of stuff going on, Mike. I'm tired.
I
My
understand.
holiday weekend was tiring. I was hot barbecuing yesterday.
All right, how'd that go?
Oh, I was hot, Mike. Hot
I
as
saw the picture. I
fuck.
saw the picture. You had you was kicked. You was laid back. You know what I'm saying? Under the
Because I
shade.
was hot. Nah, it wasn't. When it's hot, fuck shade. I don't get it. Like, it's gonna be cool on Thursday though. So y'all join us. It's supposed to be 73, but I don't do hot weather well, and not just because I'm fat. I just can't. Like, it was a little Facebook post that somebody put up, was like they'd take 105 over 32, and I was like, no, nigga, hoodie, I'm
I'm
straight.
taking 32 to 40 degree hoodie weather over 100 degree, over a 95-degree day. The fuck.
Right. Like, now if a nigga would have said -5, then it's a conversation. But
Yeah.
35, 40 is some great hoodie weather,
No,
fam.
I can't do it.
A hoodie investment, you straight.
I think I can't do it.
Um, but let's go ahead and get this started, man. Today is our NFL preview show. So we're gonna be talking about some NFL stuff, some hot takes and stuff as the season starts. On Thursday, the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Detroit Lions. Already got a breaking news report that happened before we started to record the show. Travis Kelce hyperextended his knee in practice today. He might not play on Thursday. They said his ACL is intact, though.
That's a good sign. Intact is
Yeah, it's
good.
a good sign. My parlay is gonna be missing a leg.
You already laid it, huh? You
Yeah, I
already
already
you already put
laid
the
it.
part in.
Yeah, I already put the parlay in, but all they gonna do is
Nurse.
take that out.
Man,
Hey,
you been
look.
waiting for this day, boy.
Yes, I've been waiting. Look, college football. I'm so mad though at Michigan for messing up one of my legs of my parlay.
Did Michigan?
Oh,
Yo, can we talk about college? Look, before we even get into it, though, before we get to the NFL and the parlays and all of that shit
we
like
gonna
that,
get to that. Yeah,
we gonna get to okay. All right, yeah.
yeah,
But Michigan, who did
yeah.
they play? Did they win?
Hell yeah, they won. They won by. They needed to win by 36 though.
You took 36 points on a college
Hell
football.
yeah. I took
You bet all the
59 and got it.
over.
I got 59 and got it. Like, when you play, when like the first week of the season, you take the blowout, fam.
Not
You
bad.
not now week 3, 4.
How much did
When
they
you
win by?
going up against some quality competition, yeah.
How much did
But
they
when
win
you
by?
going up against like West Texas A&M State University and you Alabama, shit, take that 66.
How much did they win by?
They won by 30. I think it was 30.
So they messed up the lay.
Yeah. But we are starting with college football. I want to start this pod off by giving Deion Sanders an apology.
Oh,
I thought that Deion Sanders and them was going to get washed. Not because I don't believe in Deion Sanders. Not because I don't believe in his son or Travis Hunter. I didn't believe in the other niggas. I was wrong. I was wrong. And I knew I was wrong after the first drive when they walked it down TCU. And I said, uh-oh. And I stayed and watched the game. And to see, what was it, 45 to 42? I think the score was. Colorado defeated national runner-up TCU. I owe Deion Sanders an apology. I'll be the first to apologize. Like I said, I didn't believe in the rest of them. I believed in Deion. But to see Deion do what he did, I was congratulatory though. Like this is an apology that I am more than welcome to give. I felt like Charles S. Dutton on Rudy when Rudy got on the field and he got that sack, and Charles S. Dutton hit us with the and walked off. That's how I felt. It felt good to see Deion Sanders do what he did. And I didn't pick the team because of what the national media was talking about and all of those people. Mm-hmm. It's just, look, I'm all for giving people their flowers, but this is how improbable this was. And this is something that has been talked about a little bit, but not as much as it should. Colorado only had 6 penalties. 6 penalties, y'all. 6. This team has just practiced against each other. 6 penalties. And the team is new. The whole entire team. And they only made, penalty-wise, 6 mistakes. That's not supposed to happen in this situation where a team is basically put together and you have to, it's basically just a hodgepodge of great talent. And Deion Sanders had them boys disciplined enough that they only had 6 penalties. Now, were there some mistakes during the game other than the penalties? Yeah, turnover here, there. But them boys was poised and they was ready to go. And to me, my friends, that right there shows the mark of not only a great coach, but a great team. And that's what Deion Sanders has in Colorado. Not going to jump off the porch. I believe they'll be undefeated before they go to Oregon. And when they go to Oregon, that's the test.
That's what we're going to see. That's what we're going to see where they at.
Because they play Nebraska next week. I believe they should win that.
After that.
Colorado State the next game. They should win that. Then they go against Oregon and USC back to back. That's when we really gonna find out about Deion Sanders and the Colorado Buffaloes. But right now, hey, we giving them the glory. We giving them their flowers. What's your thoughts?
Absolutely, man. I mean, just to piggyback off that, when I saw that the game was gonna be on TV, I was like, all right, cool, we're gonna check this out. You know, this must see TV primetime. We already know. Before the season even started, like back, I think in the when they played when Jackson State played in the championship game last year, the one that they lost, that was the SWAC championship, correct? Am I correct? Yeah. The one that they lost. That was the first time I got to actually watch them in full, like watch that team in full. And what I really was focused on was Shedeur Sanders, Deion Sanders' son, who plays quarterback. And I put up a status when that game was going on, and I said, Shedeur Sanders is going to be all right. From watching that game, I said he was going to be all right. And watching, this is just a few of the takeaways that I got from the game against TCU. Shedeur Sanders, the thing that I was most impressed about with him was the poise and the patience. And you could kind of see from his game that he's not going to be, you see black quarterbacks and you think, oh, yeah, they're going to be running quarterbacks. No. My man's ain't thinking about running, because there could have been a lot of situations where he could have took off running, because he was being pressured. But the poise to move around back there and make not just any throws. My man was making excellent throws. He was throwing darts, dimes, in the breadbasket type of dimes. So that's what I was most impressed with, was the poise, the patience, and the arm strength. I think the first pass that he threw he kind of underthrew one of his receivers, and then on the
Travis Hunter,
very next
he
throw,
he
the one to
underthrew
Travis
Travis
the one he
Hunter.
dropped. Perfect. I was concerned. I'm like, damn, he underthrew that. I'm like, all right, let me see. Then he came back, and everything else was pretty much on point, bro. And I was also impressed with the offensive line. The offensive line protected him. Like, he didn't get hit much. I would hope to see, and I pray that for the rest of the season that continues for him. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just going to make him just even more dangerous. If he has that much protection and that much time to make those throws, sky's the limit for him. So that was one of the other things I was impressed with. The 6 penalties, that was what I was impressed with. And then Travis Hunter playing both sides of the ball, getting an interception on the defensive side, making a great catch, a Randy Moss catch on the offensive side. You know what I'm saying? It was like, I'm watching this game, bro, and I'm just in shock. And the more I'm watching the game, the more as the game progresses, and then it looks like TCU gonna pull it off. I think Colorado had one penalty that was really key during like maybe the fourth quarter or something like that, and it was a penalty, but they had got a stop on a third down where they was like just trying to make TCU punt, and it was I forgot what it was. I forgot it was like a unnecessary roughness or something like that.
Yep.
And then TCU got to continue to drive. I thought right there that was going to be a problem for them. I was like, this might be it. That might be the backbreaker, but it wasn't, man. They held it down, man, and I'm totally invested in Colorado now. Like, I'm invested. I went on my ESPN app and I added their team as one of my favorites. So I'm gonna get all their notifications. I'm gonna know everything about what Colorado is doing now. I believe. Do I think they going 11, 12, and 0? Absolutely not. But at the end of the day, fam, I am all the way invested. I haven't been invested in a college football team since the Tim Tebow Florida Gators. That's the last time I was invested in a college football team. And Florida, and anybody that knows me, Florida University, the Florida Gators used to be my team in college football, bro. It's the Colorado Buffaloes now.
I will say this though. First of all, that being the last team you was invested in, that's a wild ass team for you to be invested in. Like,
and I watched college
in
football.
hindsight,
I've never really been invested.
Did you watch the documentary? Did you watch the documentary on Netflix?
The quarterback documentary?
No, it's a documentary on that Florida Gators team.
No, I haven't watched that yet.
You gotta watch it.
Okay.
You gotta watch it. They didn't talk about 55% of the shit they could have talked about for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
But you would like that documentary.
All right, I'm gonna check that out.
As a Florida Gators lover, you will love that documentary. But you'll be like, damn, how come y'all ain't talking about the killer on the team? I just glossed over that shit, didn't y'all? Hey, look. Look, it's a lot of hot takes. We're not normally the show of hot takes. But this is gonna be a hot take show today. And boy, do I got a hot take for y'all at the end of the show. But when I look at the Colorado Buffaloes, right? First of all, I love their color scheme. Always loved their color scheme. And the white hoodie with the look. I've always loved that color scheme going back to Rashawn Salam. You know what I'm saying? And because Rashawn Salam, former Bear, went to Colorado, Heisman Trophy winner. The 5 downs. I've always been very aware of the Buffaloes. But when I see Deion Sanders in the white Buffalo hoodie, I say that's a seller right there. That hoodie, that whole outfit, that's a seller right there. The fact that team was that shitty last year and they just beat the national runner-up, that right there is to be sold. Because now you got people wanting to get that ticket to Boulder, Colorado. But then I also thought about recruiting. And there's a photo of Deion Sanders talking to one of the guys on the team, on TCU. And I said, ooh, shit. Deion Sanders is about to turn college football upside down. First off, let me say this. Deion Sanders get him some dogs on the defensive line. Mm-hmm. That defense is better. He needs some dogs on that front line. That front seven needs to improve. Because he gonna get them cornerbacks. He need that front seven. And when he get that front seven, it's lit. That team is gonna do something as long as Deion Sanders is there. And then the other part of it is, I hope Deion Sanders stays there. It's something like, I hate it when people that are good coaches always go to that top end Power 5 where it's easy to get recruits and all of that stuff because you're Florida or you're Alabama and you're Georgia and all that stuff. Get that team. I want to see the great coach that goes to a team like Colorado and build them.
It's really, when you look at this, Deion Sanders really has an opportunity to change the whole college football atmosphere.
Yeah. And the thing is, Mike, is the way college football is suited, it's suited perfectly for Deion Sanders. NIL money, not having to go to a blue blood to get yours. Go to a place and probably start. I think Deion Sanders has the potential of changing the landscape of college football in Colorado. Now, I don't want him to become Dabo Swinney. And if you looked at Clemson yesterday, when Dabo Swinney then won that national championship, they was like, oh, Clemson's about to take over for Alabama and all that, yada, 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 yada. Nope. Dabo Swinney did not change with the times. He ain't in the transfer portal. He don't like NIL. Team Huff, son.
He old fashioned.
Georgia done took your spot. Like, when you look at Georgia is where Clemson thought they were going to be. And Clemson lost to Duke yesterday. That's a wrap, son. Dabo Swinney, like a basketball school. Dabo Swinney, you need to do one or two things. Get with the times or leave. Because getting with the times is somebody like Deion Sanders and taking advantage of the transfer portal, NIL, and the fact that you are a likable coach. You're not stiff. You're not, a lame. Deion Sanders is a fun dude to be around. Let's be real, fam.
Oh, yeah. Come on now.
Deion Sanders is top 5 athletes that you want to meet.
Just athletes.
Fam, I saw Deion Sanders at Radio Row at the Super Bowl in Atlanta. And fam, it took everything in me not to fan out. It was Deion Sanders, Michael Irvin, and Warren Sapp within 3 feet of each other. And like Warren Sapp was doing radio, Michael Irvin and Deion Sanders are doing interviews, and they all talking shit. And I'm sitting there like this. Don't fan out, fam. You from the crib. You from Chicago.
You was looking like how Stephen A. looking at Shannon Sharp right now. On
Yeah.
First Take. You should see.
Yes.
My man, Stephen A. Smith acting like a real fanboy on First Take right now.
Fam, I'm telling you, the inside of me is like, yo, this is my childhood in front of me. This is lit. The Chicago in me was just like, oh man, it's dope. Yeah, that's cool. To see them 3 dudes within 3 feet of each other, Deion Sanders, and let me even put this in the proper perspective for y'all. John Madden. John Madden was an NFL legendary head coach, won the Super Bowl with the Oakland Raiders. Retires early, some might say prematurely, gets into broadcasting, becomes quite possibly the best color commentary announcer in football history. Then he gives us a video game that I tried to play the other day, and I failed at. Because I ain't played Madden in about 5.5 years, Jack. Like, competitively. I suck. Bruh, real quick,
Shit ain't the same, huh?
man, I was like, why is it taking me 10 minutes to play a game? And then my cousin sends me an invite, and I know why he's sending me an invite, because he know I'm food right now. I didn't even know where to go to accept the invite, fam. I didn't even know how to accept the invite, my G. I said, I'm that disconnected from Madden that I don't know where to go to even accept the invite. I'm I am completely washed.
That's how I
And
know
I
I
used
don't
to
need to be
be
playing. Because the last time I played Madden like competitively for real was probably '05. Who was on the cover in '05?
I don't remember. But
I know
fam,
'04
we
was Vic. Whoever was on
yeah,
'05 after
like
that,
we
I don't
used to.
remember.
Well, they still got it. It's a Madden league. We all pick the team. We don't
Well, I remember you
draft. You got
telling
to
me
go
about the
through a
Madden
number.
League.
See, we was competitive. We spend money. You know what I'm saying? We bet and all that stuff. It's a trophy that you win if you win the championship. Very competitive league,
Yeah.
fam. And I was in it. But when I had Trey, when Miriam had Trey, that was the end. Really. When he was born 9 years ago, that slowly started the end of my Madden journey. Then when we moved to St. Louis the next year, like, it was, I got to watch the baby and play Madden. That was decent and everything, but this is where it was all the way over for me on Madden. Madden ended when Trey would watch me play Madden and he would think that he's a part of the game and he would like fall down when somebody get tackled. He would like act like he throwing to catch the ball and run past the TV and
Mm-hmm.
shit. And I had to tell him like, Trey, sit your ass down. And I'm more focused on him than is the game. And then I end up losing. And after that, that was it. I stopped playing Madden. I'll say Trey was 3. Yeah, like 3, 4 years old. I stopped playing Madden. Trey's 9. That's the
Like
last time I played Madden. So yes, it's been 5 years.
you was pretty
And I,
much when you logged in, you was in the Matrix, huh?
I logged in and I was like, oh, so okay. How you start a franchise? Okay. Oh, so damn, you got to do all this to throw a pass now to catch it?
What do you play on?
Oh,
What do you play on?
I normally play
No,
Hall
I'm
of
saying what do you
Fame.
have, like PlayStation or
Oh,
Xbox?
PlayStation 5.
Okay.
I'm sitting there like, what to do? This not me. I don't know how to play Madden no more.
It's hilarious.
Like, what is the use of me paying $75 for this game that I don't know how to play? I could play 2K, but Madden, it's like I don't know the defenses anymore, Mike. It's a wrap. I'm terrible at this game that all my friends play,
Yeah.
but I can never play them no more because I'm never gonna score, and it hurts.
Give yourself like a week though, man. Like
I don't have a week's time, Mike. I have so much to do in life, just at work, and I got 3 kids and I'm married.
yeah,
Fam, that's
might
a
have to hang
wrap.
it up, buddy.
I gotta hang it up. I'm in the rafters.
Give it to
Just out
Trey.
the
Let him
G.
learn. Let him learn how to. Do Trey play? Do Trey play? Has Trey played
He
it yet?
can't play this shit either.
You gotta let Trey get a crack at that, man. You gotta let Trey.
But yeah, that. So long story short, what I just explained to y'all about Madden is what Deion Sanders is. That's Deion Sanders right now, fam. Deion Sanders to us is an all-pro, legendary cornerback, Hall of Famer, one of the greatest players of all time. Some people will say that Deion Sanders is top 5, and he ain't 5. Cornerback is probably the most difficult position to play on the defensive side, and probably second to quarterback on a team. Deion Sanders excelled at that so much that they didn't even throw the ball his side on some games. Deion Sanders was also a great commentator.
Mhm.
Deion Sanders is also a man of God. Deion Sanders took all of that talent and coached kids playing football, and then took his talents to college football. We've seen Deion Sanders in our lives for almost past 5 decades.
Also, don't
So
forget
that
he was a solid baseball player.
oh yeah, I ain't even getting into the baseball.
Solid
This
base.
is just, but he was a solid baseball player.
Yeah.
So that means at the age that I am right now, 41, there's a lot of 41-year-olds that have kids that are on their way to college and great football players. So we remember Deion as the greatest cornerback of all time. So what we telling our sons? Oh, no, fam. You get to learn from one of the greatest football players of all time.
Absolutely.
Just think of football. Just think of football, Mike. When have we seen one of the greatest football players of all time actually coach a team? When? Who?
Not a goat.
Jerry Rice. Jerry Rice ain't coaching nobody.
Yeah.
Peyton Manning ain't coaching nobody. Tom Brady ain't coaching nobody. God rest his soul, Walter Payton wasn't a coach in the NFL.
I feel like if we do out of those names, I think Peyton Manning will probably find his way to a coaching sideline.
Nah, Peyton Manning gonna run a team.
Okay.
He'll run a team before he coach a team.
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm saying is, Deion Sanders is quite possibly the greatest player to ever be head coach of a team. And he's a good coach. So if I'm the opposing coach in the Pac-12, but now Big 12, because they're going to the Big 12, I'm looking in the mirror like, how the fuck I'm going to recruit against that? One of the greatest football players of all time, NIL deals, transfer portal, he got swag, he's a black man, my parents know him, my great-grandparents know him, my grandparents know him, just from commercials, fam. Fam got a whole Kentucky Fried Chicken commercial with the family.
With the family, bro. Whole family.
Fam. If I'm a head coach in the Big 12, I'm like this. How the fuck do I recruit against that shit? What am I going to go in some living room and be like, you know, that Boulder cold as hell, y'all. Y'all don't want to go to Colorado and watch football. It's cold, fam. You don't want to be there. You don't want to do that. That Deion Sanders there. Oh, fuck Deion. You don't want to. Like that, what you going to say? It's cold, fam? And then seeing Deion Sanders talking to players after the game on the opposite team, you like,
yeah.
It's only a matter of time, and I'm telling you what's going to happen. It's going to happen in that USC game. That USC game, watch what I tell you. Because let's just say I think they're going to lose that game against USC. They don't have the defense to go up against USC, and they don't have the defense to go up against Oregon. They got the offense, though. And let's just say them two games is competitive. Oregon, I think he good. But he go to USC and he play them a competitive game and lose or maybe win. And you see Deion Sanders talking to one of your players like this. Hey, fam, it's a nice game. Hey, say, bruh, you know what? Y'all got us. But I'm telling you, you got a good future, fam. You know what I'm talking about. You got a good future. I messes with you, man. God bless you, man. God bless you. Be talking to you soon.
You know how
Lincoln Riley ass gonna be like, oh no, He recruiting my players.
Is that tampering?
He tampering. I'm telling you, I will almost place a bet that after the USC game, Lincoln Riley and somebody at USC is gonna be like blood tampering with my players. That transfer portal. Deion Sanders is going to single-handedly kill the transfer portal because he's Deion Sanders. He gonna go up against your team, woo your team, And win or lose, you gonna be in the locker room like, nigga, Deion Sanders said I was cold, Jack.
Hey, but see, at the end of the day, that's perfectly fine to say, but he's saying it without saying it.
He's
Like,
saying it without saying
he's
it.
saying it without saying it. That's as long as he do that. Say it without saying it. Say it without saying it, Deion. Don't actually tell him. Holla at him. Just,
The season over with transfer portal.
just let him know, like, hey,
Like, wait a minute, hold on.
Future.
You put Deion, you put your hands on my players' shoulder pads after the game. What y'all talk about? You gonna start seeing Deion talk to players like LeBron now.
Yeah.
Yeah, hey, look.
On the field.
Colorado waiting for you, fam. I know it's LA.
Yeah.
Colorado,
I got
a lot of snow. You know what I mean? It's a lot of snow out there. Bunnies. I know you like them. Deion Sanders gonna start talking to players like LeBron them during the game. Jersey all up in his mouth. Just.
Oh my God.
But man, but shouts out to Deion. I apologize though. And yeah, I can't play Madden no more. Before we get to our preview, also want to talk about the debate show wars. Now I've told you that I don't really watch debate shows no more.
Go ahead.
And actually, go ahead. I don't really watch debate shows no more. Debate shows are not necessarily my thing anymore because a lot of false narratives happen when you watch debate shows. And my life has been great since I stopped watching debate shows. But and ESPN has changed up that programming, so it's just not First Take. Pat McAfee will be joining the ESPN team in a couple of weeks. He's bringing his show over and everything. They changed the morning show.
Which show? The Pat McAfee podcast?
Yeah, the show is coming to ESPN.
Oh, that's dope, man.
The first 2 hours.
You miss him on WWE though, bro.
I do.
But he gotta do what he gotta do.
He gotta do. But Pat McAfee, the Pat McAfee show is going to be on ESPN, ESPN Plus, and YouTube. And then for the first 2 hours, and then the last hour, it will be exclusively on ESPN YouTube and Pat McAfee's YouTube. And then they just changed the morning show. They got 2 white people and Chris Canty. I don't know the white people yet, so I'm still gotta get used to seeing white people in the morning because I was so used to seeing Keyshawn and Jay Will. Max just was the only white person there, so I was used to seeing a lot of color, and now it's just Chris Canty and 2 white people, so I got to get used to that. But the debate shows is rocking, Jack. Stephen A. Smith wooed and got Shannon Sharp to be on First Take for the NFL season, so he'd be on there Mondays and Tuesdays. Skip Bayless before that signed Keyshawn Johnson, formerly of the morning show Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max. Also signed Michael Irvin, who was a frequent guest on First Take. They signed Rachel Nichols, Josina Anderson. I'm thinking I'm forgetting one more person. Oh, Richard Sherman is on the show. Lil Wayne is on Fridays.
Also with a new theme song.
Yeah, the best theme song to television right now. I have a feeling that once the NBA season starts, you'll see Jalen Rose on the show. And a couple of other
Undisputed?
people. Yeah, I figure when the NBA season starts, you'll start seeing the NBA players start to come on there. So I got a feeling you'll probably end up seeing Jalen Rose and here's hot take number 1. It's hot take number 1 for the show, yo. New media is going to get a lot of people more airtime on ESPN and Fox because they're fighting over us. And when I mean us, I mean niggas. Here's why. So I'm looking at Brandon Marshall. I'm looking at Gilbert Arenas. I'm looking at Paul George. I'm looking at Jeff Teague. I'm looking at a lot of sports players who have fire podcasts. Looking at the cornucopia, the smorgasbord of stars that's on Gilbert Arenas show. And the thing is about Gilbert Arenas show, Gil's Arena, Gil know what he talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that Magic Johnson is the greatest point guard of all time.
Yeah.
But when he started talking about how Magic Johnson came into an already made team, yeah, when Magic Johnson was drafted, the Lakers,
it
was a ready-made team.
Yeah.
Like the Bulls could have used the nigga. They lost the coin flip.
Yeah.
But they were a ready-made team, and then James Worthy get drafted.
Mm-hmm.
And he's on the bench. That's the team Magic Johnson went to. And that's who he's saying is the greatest point guard of all time with all of the best players. I still believe that Magic Johnson is the greatest point guard of all time. But when he said that, I changed my mind to Isaiah Thomas for 10 minutes. Dead ass. When I listened to Gilbert Arenas explain why he didn't believe that Magic Johnson was the greatest point guard of all time for 10 minutes, I say, damn, y'all right. Isaiah Thomas is the greatest point guard of all time then. Because I don't count Steph Curry as a point guard. I count him as a combo guard. I count him as a shooter, a scorer.
Yeah.
So when we talk about greatest point guards of all time, I'm thinking Magic and Zeke.
Mm-hmm.
So for 10 minutes, Gilbert Arenas had me thinking Zeke was the greatest point guard of all time. And I'm like, oh, it's Magic.
And there's nothing wrong with that, neither.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Like,
you pick who you want to pick.
If you actually think Zeke is one, there ain't no arguing that. Like,
ain't no argument with that for me.
I mean,
I'm not gonna argue with you anyway.
Michael Jordan,
but when I look at First Take and I look at them going out to get Shannon Sharp, I look at Keyshawn Johnson and Michael Irvin, who was frequent contributors to First Take, and then they go to Fox to Undisputed. Skip pulling in his relationship with Lil Wayne, him mending, I guess, a relationship with Richard Sherman. They're bringing in Rachel Nichols and Josina Anderson. But you see First Take still with their guests, Marcus Spears, Dan Orlovsky, now Stephen A. Smith. And other Stephen A. Smith said that he was going to try to get Gilbert Arenas on First Take. I'm starting to look at those cats that got the YouTube shows and all of that. I'm looking at Ryan Clark and the Pivot, and you know how the Pivot was on First Take one day. Brandon Marshall, who tends the floats and all of that stuff. I'm looking at Gil and seeing how Gil has become popular. Hell, I'm looking at Cameron and Mace.
Yeah,
and seeing how they become popular.
Oh yeah, they doing their thing. And then Shady McCoy was on. Which one was he on?
He's on Speak.
He was on. He was on I Am Athlete though, right?
Oh yeah, he was on I Am Athlete.
Now he's on Speak.
And now he's on Speak.
Yeah.
Those podcasts and those YouTube shows, those players, that area is basically the training ground now to get into these seats in the next level. And these players are taking advantage of it. Mm-hmm. Like, to me, the best basketball podcaster is Paul Pierce. I mean, not Paul Pierce, excuse me, Paul George. I think Paul George and Podcast P, that podcast is the best podcast
Paul George
out of NBA players.
He set himself up right now.
He's setting himself up.
Basketball.
Yeah, Paul George is set up for life after basketball. But then you even look at JJ Redick, an old man in the three. Mm-hmm. And, you know, he's on First Take from time to time. And one of his goals is to coach.
Yeah.
They're picking those people to join and be featured on these debate shows because of us.
Makes sense.
It's the barbershop.
Yeah.
The barbershop is making this happen.
Yeah.
And I think, and I'm not going to be one of those people to say, stop watching ESPN. Just go watch one of the brothers' shows and all of that stuff. Watch all of that. But that's hot take number one. The barbershop is the reason why the viewing has changed when it comes to both of these shows. That being said, though, Skip losing. And I mean bad. First Take, First,
Go ahead.
let me just state the numbers, Mike. I'm gonna go to front office sports real quick. Because they said the numbers. Well, while I'm doing that, which show do you like better? Because I ain't gonna front. I barely watch Undisputed.
I mean, I don't watch either show
Barely watch that
in
shit.
full. I do try my best to get a glimpse of both. You know what I'm saying, while they're airing, but I like First Take better. And the reason why I like First Take better is because is one of the main reasons why I like First Take better is because on Undisputed, even when Shannon was there, they stayed on conversations. They stayed on topics
Too long.
too long.
Okay.
Way too long. I think it was an overkill on certain topics, and they only talked about certain things all the time. But they and like you can't. That's one thing I don't like about the debate shows, even on First Take, because sometimes they do it on First Take too, but not as bad as Undisputed. Is that they stay on topics for too long. Now, what I've noticed with Stephen A. and Shannon is that those were like each segment that they talked about was straight to the point. It didn't prolong for like 2 commercial breaks. Like, all right, we'll be back and we're going to continue to talk about this. They literally was getting straight to the point. Next topic. Then still on Undisputed. I mean, now it looks like Skip is the moderator, and then it's just a bunch of people arguing around him, but they still locked in on one topic forever. Like on the first day, they talked about Aaron Rodgers with the Jets for at least 30 minutes straight.
Yeah.
Like, that's one of the things I hate. I can't stand that, man. I do not like that. I hate it.
Yeah.
Like,
so
focusing on a topic for too long is that'll just draw me away immediately. Like,
yeah, because you probably didn't got to your point already. So let me tell you about these numbers.
Y'all just talking in circles at this point.
So the premiere of Undisputed Live drew 131 viewers on that Monday to 448 on ESPN's. Say it again.
130,000.
131,000.
130,000. Okay.
Yeah. Yep. First Take had 448. On Tuesday it dropped to 120, and First Take grew 174. On Wednesday, Undisputed Live was at 78,000 viewers, and First Take was 423. And the first 3 days of Shannon Sharp's last episodes averaged at 154, while First Take brought in 421. Now, I asked this question a couple of weeks ago, and just to give y'all an idea of what I was talking about, I don't watch Fox for anything but football when it comes to sports. Like, Fox got football on lock. I was all like, when I was a shorty, I was nervous when Fox got it from CBS, but they killing it. But don't know when Fox tried to bring in their Sports Center rival, nobody watched that shit. Like, other than college football, maybe too, what do we watch Fox Sports for? We have not been engaged, in my opinion, and the numbers might tell me otherwise. But we haven't been engaged on Fox Sports 1's original content since that damn sports show period.
Man.
I loved that show. I loved that show.
Throwback. Damn.
I loved that damn sports show period.
Yeah.
I don't think that we have been that engaged with anything Fox Sports original content wise since that show. And that's why they're struggling.
I mean, they got good shows. You got, Undisputed, you got The Herd, and then you got, Speak. Those are their main shows, correct?
But they're the same.
Pretty much.
They're the same for the most part, except for Speak. And I watched Speak the other day. And I said, you know what? Speak ain't that bad. Like, it's not that bad. Shady's takes is still like a little, but it's not that bad. Because Joy don't be overbearing with her takes. Acho don't be trying to be the smartest dude in the room.
Mm-hmm.
But then you do have Shady to come balance that out.
Yeah.
I can dig Speak, but it's for you can only watch white men arguing about sports and black men for so long. And that's why, to me, that's what makes First Take for African Americans so interesting, because you got a brother on the show talking sports with mostly brothers or white people we can identify with.
Mm-hmm.
Skip is damn near 80, y'all.
Yeah.
When are we going to turn that corner? And as a podcaster and a personality, I do like Colin Cowherd.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes I look and be like, he's the centerpiece of the show
Yeah.
with mostly white people coming around him. Now his demographic, 18 to 34, is white men. No, that's probably the demographic of the show.
Yeah.
But when I look at, but what's crazy is when I look at Fox Sports, I damn near look at it from that angle. It don't feel like a lot of color is involved in anything on that show, on these shows. And it just also feels weird looking at Fox Sports 1. Now, I might be wrong in some of my assessments for Fox Sports and all of that, but the shows also don't feel authentic either.
Yeah.
That's why the last sports show to me that felt authentic is the best damn sports show, period. And once they didn't have that no more, I really started watching it like that. Yeah. Everything else from Fox Sports 1 started feeling like they was trying to be ESPN light.
Yeah.
And if I really wanted to deal with ESPN light, I'll just watch ESPN 2. Like, that's the biggest thing here. If I really wanted to not watch ESPN, I'll just watch ESPN 2.
Yeah.
And if I'm that damn bored, I'll watch ESPN News.
I'm a fan. And I like Get Up. I like Get Up. I think Get Up is pretty good. And
it feels authentic, but it's not really a debate show.
Exactly. And it's not a debate show, but they also talk about more than just football. Like, I feel like it's a lot of football being talked about. It's not diverse enough for me. We not have no baseball talk. Like, baseball, I mean, I know baseball ain't the most popular sport in the world, but it is the most popular sport in the world, G. We need baseball segments. We need more basketball segments. Like, you know what I'm saying? Not just straight football. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just too much of this one thing.
Look, it's just one thing. We need more.
It's not diverse. Need more. The best damn sports show was definitely a damn diverse show.
Yeah. One that is diverse. And then two, it just need more original content.
Yeah, more original content. Yeah, I agree.
Like that and more original content and less debate shows. I think that we've run our course with debate shows. It's First Take and let First Take do their thing. I think the next, it ain't no thing I can really say it and be confident because of what we're seeing with a lot of these shows around athletes is just content that's focused on the athlete. Yeah. We've seen these journalists and these TV personalities run it for years now. Now these shows need to be focused around the athlete, giving the athlete a voice. And guess what I run back into again? It was Chris Rose and a whole bunch of athletes on the best damn sports show, period. Fox, you'll do yourself a favor and bring that show back in that form. Mm-hmm. And I guarantee you will see a ratings boost. But leave the debate show to Stephen A. Smith and them. Mm-hmm. They're doing quite well with that. You got to focus on being the alternative and giving alternative programming. And when you do that, when you get that, then I think you'll see a ratings boost. But the the I want to debate about everything that's going on stuff. Nah, people actually want to hear the conversations now, and
Yeah.
that's what you get with Podcast P. That's what you get with Old Man in the Three. That's what you get with Club Shay Shay. That's what you get with Gil's Arena. Even though Rashad McCants is weird, but he is weird, and that's
and
what you
it
get with a lot of programming.
and it doesn't help that Undisputed, like, y'all matched up time wise directly with
Yeah,
First Take. So now you're just making the people choose.
now
And
yeah.
hey, it ain't looking too good for y'all ratings wise. I mean, but they'll stay afloat. People gonna watch, here and there.
That show won't be around. That show won't be around this time, 2024, Mike.
Woo, that's a hot take.
That's the second hot take.
That's a hot
That
take
show
right
won't be
there.
around. That show won't be
Oh,
around by this time, 2024. Sorry, y'all. That show's a wrap. All right, man. Let's go ahead and get into this NFL talk real quick before we get out of here. NFL season is upon us this Thursday, as we said earlier. The Chiefs versus the Lions. Travis Kelce already dealing with some little minor injuries and all of that stuff. But I think this season is going to be interesting, Mike.
okay.
I mean, look, in the NFC, it's the Eagles and it's everybody else. AFC, though, you got the Bills. You got
What you talking about, man?
what you mean?
What you talking about, man?
I said in the AFC.
The Eagles and everybody else.
Oh,
What's this nigga talking about? Go ahead, Posty. Go finish what you say. Go ahead.
Mike, I said that's what the people saying.
The people? That's what the people say. Oh, I thought you said.
I might have a hot take for you, Mike.
Go ahead,
I
man.
might.
All right, let's
Might
go.
have a hot take for you.
Go ahead.
I said the people.
Oh, the
or if
people,
I might didn't, but the people.
it didn't sound like you said the people.
My bad. The
Okay.
people say it's the Eagles and everybody else.
Okay, all right.
You go to the AFC, you got the Bills, the Jets, the Dolphins, maybe even the Patriots because they did have like a top 5 defense last year.
Chargers?
Will Deshaun Watson make it back from freaky time to all time? Lamar Jackson got his money. What's good? Can Joe Burrow do it? What about Kenny Pickett? What's going on in the AFC South? Then you got the AFC West with, of course, Patrick Mahomes. So a lot of people feel like the AFC is way more competitive than the NFC.
Well, yeah, I agree with that for sure. AFC is definitely the AFC is like the Western Conference in the NBA.
That's all I'm saying. Mike, don't beat me up.
That's where we at with that.
That's all I'm saying.
I man, for that.
But I want to dig right into it. Let's first start with the AFC,
Okay.
with the teams that we feel like are going to win the division. So let's start with the AFC East. Aaron Rodgers with the Jets. They got a great defense. Can Tua fall right and not get hurt? Can Josh Allen move away from the mistakes? What about the Patriots? Who you got winning that division?
I gotta take the Buffalo Bills here, G. I mean, the Jets seems like the sexy pick because you got Aaron Rodgers, and that he's already coming into a team that's established on defense. But I don't know. It might take a few games for that offense to get the clicking, G. Like, I don't really know what we getting out of that offense yet because we got Dalvin Cook, and then they got Dalvin Cook, we got Breece Hall. We got to see exactly what we're doing at the running back position. I don't know. I think it's going to take time for the offense to get going. We'll see some points get put up, and the defense will play good. But I'm still going with the Buffalo Bills. I think they're the established team. They can't really do anything. Can't argue with Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs, and they got a defense over there too. So I would like to see the Dolphins be good, but I don't know yet. I think that's all based on Tua. So, but I think that division is going to be tough, but I'm taking the Bills to win that division.
Man, I'm gonna go with the Jets.
All right.
The Jets would have been a way better team last year if they just had a decent quarterback.
Absolutely.
And now you got Aaron Rodgers
Okay.
and the weapons around him.
Okay.
Aaron Rodgers ain't seen weapons like this around him on both sides of the ball and at running back in quite some time. That offensive line, though.
Really? I mean, come on now. He had Aaron Jones and he had Devontae Adams with AJ
Um,
Dillon.
I said on both sides.
Oh, both sides of the ball. Okay, I thought when you said the offensive side, it didn't make it seem.
No,
I don't
but
know.
I said both sides of the ball.
All right, on both
He
sides of the
got
ball.
Garrett Wilson. He got Lazard back.
You got Lazard back. Yep.
All right. And then you also got Brees and Dalvin Cook and Michael Carter. They got 3 running backs.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting at the running back position, G.
Right, they got 3.
Fantasy drafting, I stayed away from them.
I'm staying away from all they running backs. Fuck
like
that.
you really don't know what you're gonna get drafting one of these running backs.
But as far as play wise,
yeah.
Can't beat that with a stick. So I got the Jets. Mike got the Bills. Let's go to the AFC North. I have the Bengals. I'm gonna stick with the Bengals on winning that division, man. Who you got?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Bengals too. I think Pittsburgh. I don't know. Pittsburgh is like you just gotta wait and see. Are they gonna get over that hump? Are we gonna see some offensive explosiveness come from them? You know, you're gonna see some points get put up. Cleveland, don't really know what we're getting yet. You're going to get a full season out of Deshaun Watson, hopefully. So it's like question marks. Too many question marks. And then you got Baltimore. They bringing in Odell Beckham Jr. They got Zay Flowers. You know, they got Dobbins running back. I mean, you got these guys coming back, and then you draft Zay Flowers, and you got Odell, and then you got Lamar, who's coming off injury, got his contract, got his money. And then we got Mark Andrews coming back too as well. He was injured on the back half of the season. So it's like, all right, we getting all these pieces back and you're adding pieces, but I don't really know what it's going to look like yet. So I can't really say. So we're just going to go with the established squad, the team that made it to the AFC championship game last year. And that's Joe Burr. And, you know, your Bengals.
And my Bengals.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's go to quite possibly maybe the worst division in the NFL. Maybe. Jacksonville Jaguars, Houston Texans, Indianapolis Colts, Tennessee Titans. They make up the NFC South. Texans going to have C.J. Stroud, second pick in the draft. The Colts is going to have the number 4 pick in the draft. Anthony Richardson starting. So 2 rookies starting in this division. We got Ryan Tannehill, and then we have Trevor Lawrence. So who you got winning the South?
Nothing to talk about here. This is the easiest pick. Of the easiest pick. We go with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Gotta be the Jacksonville Jaguars. They played excellent on the back end of the season last year. Trevor Lawrence is coming out of his shell. You know, I think you're gonna see you're gonna just see more out of Trevor Lawrence just being like one of those elite quarterbacks in the NFL. You know, I think he's due for a breakout season. Last year was a good season. I think this year is. Can Trevor Lawrence become a star? And then he got adding Calvin Ridley, you know, Mr. FanDuel himself. He coming back, you know, and we saw how Calvin Ridley was in Atlanta, but you know, a year off, might have to get the rust off a little bit first game or two. But I think it's gonna be easy money for them. The easiest pick is the Jacksonville Jaguars there. So we see. And they got Travis Etienne coming back at running back. I mean, they still got Christian Kirk. Bringing back Evan Ingram at tight end. Yeah, I don't really see nobody beating the Jaguars in that division. I think they run through that division very easily. Easy money.
Yeah, I ain't got nothing to say about that. It's Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah.
Jacksonville Jaguars, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so let's go ahead and go over to the AFC West. I got the Chiefs. It's the Chiefs until the Chiefs say it ain't them.
Fuck that. Jay Herbo. I think I picked Jay Herbo last year. And I'm going to pick him again this year. Come on, Jay Herbo. And the Chargers. I think I picked him last year.
Yeah, you said that a little bit harshly, fam.
Nah, I ain't nothing like that, man. But I'm really fond of Justin Herbert, G. So, come on, guys. Let's get over this hump. Justin Herbert is a star, ladies and gentlemen. All right? It's a star.
All right.
I'm taking the
So it's 3 wild card spots. So who you got as the wild card? Who getting the wild card in those teams?
Kansas City, the Jets. Jets get a wild card spot. And man, it's got to be between Baltimore. I'm saying Baltimore. I want to take the Cleveland Browns, but I don't know, bro. I don't really know yet. Like I want Deshaun Watson to be good and the Cleveland Browns to be good, but I don't really know. So I'd say the Jets, Ravens, Chiefs, wild card.
All right, man. So I have the Ravens is one of my wild cards. I have the Bills as one of my wild cards.
I got the
Eh,
Dolphins. Damn.
yeah, nah. And I got the Chargers as my last wild card.
Okay.
So we'll see what
AFC
happens.
will be tough this year. It's gonna be some
Yeah,
broken
that
hearts,
AFC is
G.
gonna be
Some broken
that
hearts.
AFC is gonna be wild. All right, let's go to the NFC. And I already know, Mike.
You know who I'm picking to win the division, G. You know who I'm picking. You know who I'm picking to win the East.
No, you got.
You know who I got. It's the boys. The boys, Bree. It's the boys. All right. We back. Ain't nothing to talk about here. All right. And it's a biased pick, but it's also a realistic pick. All right. It's gonna be either the Dallas Cowboys or the Eagles. I mean, but we all know about the teams that go to the Super Bowl, win the Super Bowl. You know, they get drunk. I mean, what happens sometimes when you drink too much? You get a hangover. Super Bowl hangovers are real for the team that didn't win it and for the team that won it. All right. So I expect a little bit of regression here for the Eagles. All right. They still be a solid team, but I got the Cowboys edging out the Eagles in the division. All right.
All right, man. Let's go to the NFC North, and y'all
You're
already
picking
know
the
where I'm
Eagles,
going.
correct? You're picking the Eagles, correct?
Yeah, I'm picking the Eagles. Yeah, I'm picking the Eagles.
All right.
You already knew that. But. Now, let's go to the NFC North. You already know I'm picking the Bears, and this is not a homer pick.
Okay.
I think that this is the most up for grab division in the league, and I actually believe that the last game of the season, the Sunday night game is going to be the Bears Packers, and the winner of the Bears Packers is going to win the division. That's my hot take. My other hot take, and I'm sticking to it. Bears Packers end of the year. Bears win. The division, and they play and we win the division. There you go, Mike. Who you got?
I'm taking the Lions, but I think the Bears gonna be right there though. But I'm gonna take the Lions. I'm gonna take the team that's hot. They're hot. So I think they continue their hot streak from last season into this season. Hey, hope look. Lions money line on Thursday, all right? Don't be shocked. The Lions pull it out on the Chiefs. Thursday, excuse me.
Hey
Thursday
man, if
night.
Travis Kelsey not playing, I'm with
Travis
you.
Kelce, hey, don't be shocked, all right?
Don't be shocked.
Thursday
NFC
night.
South, man. Who we got? Who you got, man? The Saints. This look like this. They're probably gonna fight. The AFC South is the worst division in the
I was about
league.
to say, this is just pretty much the AFC South right here, bro. It's the Saints.
Yeah.
It's gonna be the Saints. Derek Carr coming into town. They got Michael Thomas coming back. I guess Michael Thomas is gonna be healthy week 1. I haven't heard much about Michael Thomas.
Yeah, he's playing. I think he's playing.
Oh, he's back. All right. Okay, cool. They got Jamal Williams over there. He's gonna be the RB1 for the first 3 weeks at least, till Alvin Kamara comes back, and then they got Olave, who's gonna be I think he's gonna be a star this year, so he's gonna do their thing. I think they set up on offense pretty much. I think they're gonna score some points, and I think it's pretty much set up for the Saints to win that division. But don't sleep on the Bucks and don't sleep on Baker. Y'all know how I feel about.
Hey, stop. It's Saints till it ain't. Saints till it ain't. All
I
right.
know how I feel about Baker Mayfield. That's my dog right there. All right?
Saint till it ain't, man. Bang is going with the Seahawks to win the NFC West. Who you got?
Damn. This gonna be. I'm gonna take the 49ers. G. I'm gonna pick the 49ers.
Okay.
Yeah, I never.
Confident?
Yeah, I ain't big on Geno. I shout out to Geno. He got his money. He played well last season, but I just ain't sold on that shit. I don't know about they. I don't know. I'm not sold on the
All
Seahawks.
right.
I'm gonna
Who
go
you got as your
49ers.
wild card? Who you got as your wild card, man?
Wild card. Eagles. Uh, Eagles. Bears. Eagles. Bears. Seahawks. Or the
Okay.
Rams. Not the Rams, but I don't know. The Rams is gonna be shit this year, huh? Are the Rams gonna be shit?
Yeah, I
Or
think
the
the
Rams
Rams gonna be shit.
all right. Seahawks. Seahawks, Bears, Eagles. That's my wild card teams right there.
All right, man. So who you got in the AFC title game?
AFC title game. Chargers. Chargers. You talking about winning it or in the AFC championship
In the
game?
AFC champion game.
I'm gonna have the Chargers and I'm not Chargers Bills.
Ooh.
I think the Bills. I don't know, bro. I think this might be the year for the Bills. Bills Chargers. Give me Josh Allen versus Jay Herbo any day on a Sunday. Do you hear me? Give me that.
Hot
all
take.
right?
Another hot take coming, Mike.
Yes, sir.
The Jets versus the Jacksonville Jaguars.
I ain't even mad at it. I ain't mad at it.
Let's go to the NFC, man. Who you got is your NFC championship game? I know the Cowboys is involved. Who the Cowboys going up against?
Oh man, I gotta go Cowboys. I mean, it can be set up for Cowboys Eagles, right? I'll take that. I'll take Cowboys Eagles. The two best
And I'm
teams.
going with the same.
Cowboys Eagles.
That's what I said. Rock with me, Mike. We both
I
got the
like that.
Cowboys and Eagles.
I like that, bang.
All right. So, who's your Super Bowl? Not
Dallas
champs,
Cowboys.
but who you got in the Super Bowl?
Dallas Cowboys versus the Buffalo Bills. Give me Stephon Diggs versus Trayvon Diggs in the Super Bowl. Like last year, we got Kelsey versus Kelsey. We're going to get Diggs versus Diggs this year. All right? You heard it here first on Some Dude Pod from Mike B.
Another hot take coming. The Eagles versus the Jacksonville
My man's got
Jaguars.
Jacksonville Jaguars going to the Super Bowl this year. That is
And
crazy.
I have the Jacksonville Jaguars
Winning the Super Bowl.
winning the Super Bowl.
Right,
Yes.
let me ask you a question. So are
Go ahead.
Are you going to throw 100? So you know FanDuel got
I ain't throw 100. I
I
didn't throw 100, but I threw 10.
Did you opt into the promo that they got though?
Yeah, I'm still putting 10, Mike.
I was going to say, bro, if you put 100 on whoever, then you get 10 back every week that they win. You get like $10 in bonus bet.
Oh, I ain't see that.
That's the promo I'm talking about. Like you pick a team to win the Super Bowl,
Uh-huh.
and then you got to put $100 though. So you put $100 on a team to win the Super Bowl, and then
And each time they win, you get
each time they win during the regular season, you get $10 back and
Ooh.
free bets.
Mm.
I don't think you hold on. Let me see if you got to put 100 on. I don't think you got to put 100, but you
Because
throw
low
something.
key, I believe that they
Oh
are
yeah, you got to
going
put 100. You got to put 100.
Okay.
So you pick a team, you put 100 on it, and each time they win, you get $10 back, up to $100 back. So 10 wins. So pick a team that you know is going to win 10 games, and just pick them to win the Super Bowl, and then you'll get $10 back. But you got to put $100 on it. So you might as well just throw it on the Jacksonville Jaguars because they odds is crazy.
Because low key, I think the Jacksonville Jaguars, because of the division that they're in,
Yeah, it's set up. It's set up for them.
I think they're gonna have the best record in the league.
That's it's set up for them to get a first round bye and home field
It's
advantage.
set up. That's part of the reason why I'm going with the Jacksonville Jaguars.
That makes sense.
I think that they are set up. I think they are set up to win their division and have the best record in the league because their division is so piss poor. But I also think that Trevor Lawrence is going to have a big year. So much so. Mark it down, Mike. Another hot take. Your NFL MVP
Bang on fire. You on fire right now.
is
Trevor
going to
Lawrence.
be Trevor Lawrence, y'all.
Sunshine.
Sunshine is gonna win MVP. Man, boy, I'm telling you,
MVP.
if there was ever a time that it was set up for somebody to win and win big, it is Trevor Lawrence. When you have to go against two, count them, not one, but two rookie quarterbacks, and the Tennessee Titans, who you can beat, oh man, Trevor Lawrence is set up to win, y'all. He is set up to have a top 5 year, and because of the people he going up against in his division, I believe that he is set up to win MVP. So I'm picking Trevor Lawrence for MVP.
All right. I ain't even gonna be. I ain't even gonna argue with you there. I ain't mad at it. Hey, I ain't mad at it.
Hey man,
Let's ride.
who you
Those
got for MVP? Dak Prescott?
Hey, look, I might sprinkle a little something on my boy Dak, but I'm gonna go Jay Herbo. Jay Herbo, MVP. I think I picked him last year to win MVP too. I'm gonna pick. I'm
I
riding
think
with
so.
I think I'm on the Justin. I'm on the Justin Herbert train. G. Like let's go. Jay Herbo's got to have a season right now. Got to have a season.
Okay.
So I'm taking him to win the MVP.
Not gonna worry about defensive player of the year and rookie of the year and all of that stuff.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna focus on that MVP right there.
I'll take
But
Justin Herbert.
no, but yeah, I did put a little bit of money on the Jacksonville Jaguars and Trevor Lawrence.
But see, if you didn't opt into that promo, then you can do it. You can find it. Check your promos, G. Check under promos, bro. It's
I'm
there.
probably still not gonna do it.
You soft.
You know I'm married. And you are too.
You
I'm
soft.
already in 4, count them 4 fantasy football leagues, Mike.
Yeah.
4.
Yeah, you're wild. Then you. How many did you do last year?
4.
Okay, well, you stuck at the same. Like at least you didn't do 5.
4.
She didn't do
Yeah,
that. 3 for me.
Mike.
That's the 3 that involve some DuPont. That's it.
Mike is already a struggle.
That's all right, man. We gonna win some money this football season. All right?
I hope so, Mike.
We gonna win some money. Don't worry about it.
I'm tired, Mike.
I hear you, bro. I hear you.
I need this. I need this, fam.
Look, I hear you, bro. Look. We gonna win some money. All right, don't
I
worry.
got to, cause I love my wife. I love my wife, Jack.
I understand.
And I don't want her getting mad at me for nut. Why you spending your money on all this fantasy football?
Tell Miriam parlays are hitting. All right. Tell her. Let her know parlays will be hitting this season in football. All right. We will
It
be.
got to, fam.
We will be making funds.
It's
gonna be a good Christmas. It's gonna be a good Christmas, Miriam. It's gonna be a good Christmas. No worries.
I need it, Mike.
I feel you. Me too, bro.
Cause it's bad out here in these streets, fam. If it don't happen,
understood, bro. Understood wholeheartedly. I'm
we
with you,
need
dog.
it.
I'm with you.
But yeah, yeah, man. Shouts out to Trevor Lawrence and Jacksonville Jaguars. Do it for me.
I'm mad.
If you don't do it for nobody else, fam,
do it for bang.
Do it for bang, man. Let's see what happens. What? Give me 2 things. Let's say 2. Give me 2 things that you feel like are gonna be a surprise this season. Like 2 items that when you look at it, you like, look. Don't be shocked if.
Don't be shocked if the Bears have like a top 5-10 offense this season. Don't be shocked. I drafted Justin Fields in all 3 leagues, G.
Oh.
I'm in. I am all in on Justin. Okay? So don't be shocked if y'all see the Bears have one of those offenses this year that, hey, can get a fan base excited. So Bears fans, I'm happy for y'all, and I expect the Bears to do great things on the offensive side of the ball this year, and it's gonna be led by Justin Fields. So, and I got him in all 3 leagues. So that's one. So don't be shocked that the Bears having an elite offense this season.
Mm.
Let me see. Give me another one. Let me get another one real quick.
While you think about it, I've already said it as my last game of the season. I feel like the Bears and the Packers will be playing each other to see who wins the NFC North. And I shouldn't be saying this because it's blasphemous, but don't be shocked if for the next 5 to 10 years, the Bears and the Packers are fighting and competitive with each other. Look, I hate Aaron Rodgers with every fiber in my body. My soul hates Aaron Rodgers, and I'm glad that he's gone. But I think that when he left, I think that the Bears and us Bears fans automatically assumed that we would be the beneficiary of, Aaron Rodgers leaving. But not so fast, my friend, because Jordan Love has looked good in preseason. Now, he should. He's been in that offense for damn near 5 years, Jack. But he's looked good enough where I could look at the Green Bay Packers and I could look at their entire team and I say, you know what? And I said this on the pod before. I don't want Green Bay to not be competitive. I want them to be good. I want them to be good enough just to be 8-8 before the season is up. And then the last game of the year, they can win their 9th game and they could go to the playoffs, or they could lose it and be in the middle of the pack when it comes to the draft. That's what I want for Green Bay. And I believe that that's the case. But I also believe that's the case for the Bears, too. I think we're in that situation as well. So when I look at the Bears, I look at Justin Fields and I look at Jordan Love. I look at both teams. I do believe that the Bears are going to be a year early. But I don't be surprised if both Green Bay, Chicago Bears games are very competitive and go to the last possession. Will that give us heart attacks? Yes, it will. Will it cause fights? Yes, it will. Will it cause you to fall out with your friend because he's a Green Bay Packer fan in Chicago for some reason? Yes, it will. But I think it's great for the rivalry because at one point we saw the Bears dominate against the Packers. Then we saw a little bit of split until Brett Favre came. And then Aaron Rodgers came. So they've been dominant against us for the last 2 quarterbacks. And why I think the hope was to have Justin dominate, I think they got a shot, man, to keep it competitive. So, and that's what I want. I want to be able to say, man, it was a tough game, but we beat Green Bay's ass. Now they going home crying. I don't want to have to beat them 53-3. I want them to feel the pain of us defeating them in a competitive game.
There you go. That was my other one.
What's your last?
That's my other one, Jordan Love. Don't be surprised if we see an over good Jordan Love this season. Like, I don't think we're going to see much growing pains out of Jordan Love. I think he goes right into the season, making good throws, putting up good numbers, not necessarily winning football games, but, I think he does a pretty good job this season, playing quarterback, like it's not going to be like a rookie type season.
Right.
So that's my hot take on that. That's what I got for Jordan Love.
Don't be surprised, even though I picked them to go to the AFC Championship, do not be surprised if the New York Jets are worse than advertised. Look, at the end of the day, our man's Aaron Rodgers is a flick away from being hurt. That offensive line ain't what they want it to be. And man, oh man, if that man get hit the wrong way, Zach Wilson is back on the team. I'm telling y'all right now, do not be surprised if the Jets are not as good as advertised. So that's it. I've wrote down our predictions, Mike.
Okay.
So we'll see what happens, but I know a lot of people gonna be shitting on me talking about some yo ass picked the Jacksonville Jaguars to win the championship.
That's not a bad pick, G. I
But
understand
it's
the
not a
logic
bad pick,
behind it,
G.
G. I understand the logic, man.
Man, Trevor Lawrence, Travis Etienne, fam. Come
I ain't
on.
mad at it.
You see Calvin really out there?
Hey, he looked good out there in preseason, G. I ain't mad at you. I ain't
Him and
mad at you.
Christian Kirk, Evan Ingram.
I ain't mad at it. Not mad at it, G.
Duval.
I understand,
They
man.
go
I
they gonna
understand.
get Fred, they gonna get Fred Taylor a ring just cause. End us off, Mike.
Hey, BC, we understand, dog. Hey, Brando, we understand. We look next year. I'm gonna create an NFL fantasy football league just so you can get in, bro. The NFL app. I'm gonna use
Wait a
that
minute,
one.
you can't even do ESPN?
He said he can't do ESPN. That's what he said.
Damn.
Understood, man. Hey, man, y'all already know, man. It's your boy Mike B. That's JR Bang. This is Some Dude Pod. Make sure y'all rate. Make sure y'all like. Make sure y'all subscribe. We on Twitch, YouTube. We Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play Music, all of that good stuff. Yeah, we on Twitter. At Some Dude Pod. At JR Bang. Do the WWE gift them a belt? Gift who a belt? Do the WWE gift who the Super Bowl champs? Or what?
Oh no, what he's saying is, normally when you win the championship, the WWE gives somebody a belt.
Right.
But with Jacksonville being the home, but with Jacksonville being the home of AEW, and they actually took the Jacksonville belt off of
Oh, right, because what you
WWEshop.com.
call it, because what you call it, is the owner. Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Hey man, looks like Jacksonville getting the AEW belt.
fired. Oh
Mm-mm.
man. Hey man, but make sure y'all we on Facebook too at Some Dude group hashtag Some Dude Pod. Yeah, man, that's it, y'all. Mike B, that's Job Bang. We gone.
Peace.
Sure.